ride!
Hello, everyone. We're back again. Very patient people waiting for me to do all this technical stuff. Okay, well, it'll be worth it on the final product. It'll look good. All right, so we're back with the Crystal Mage. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, that was my labyrinth mode. I'll go back out of that. So, and we've got everyone here today, which is great. It's a bit cold here in Melbourne. It was 3 degrees when I woke up. That's in Celsius for you Americans.
Better than 3 degrees Kelvin.
3 degrees Kelvin, yeah. Minus 270.
We'd all be dead.
Yes. So, all right, so we're back. So we're back with into the land of old school essentials with Crystal Mage, and everyone's here. And so when we last left our gentle listeners or viewers, we were in the Goblin Lair, and I think you guys had just found some loot. I think you just raided the Goblin Treasure, and you'd found some coin, some jewelry, and some potions. I think, wasn't there?
Well, I don't remember if we split it up or anything. Did we split it up?
No, I think we just
collected it.
Yeah, I think it's 1 invisibility potion, which is green, and 2 healing potion that is red.
Yep. I think that was right. Yeah. So yeah, and I think you got a total of 1,000 gold pieces, 1,000 copper pieces, 500 silver pieces, and 2 jeweled necklaces in addition to the potions. So yeah, a pretty good bit of cache of money. I'm just going to pull up another file I'll need for today. That's it there. And in this game, experience points is what obviously everyone needs experience points because they want to get to a new level. You get most of your experience points from treasure, not actually from killing things. So the whole idea is sneaking in, grabbing treasure, and getting out is always a good plan. But at the moment, obviously, you've got this issue where you're trying to sort out these goblins so they stop hassling these the local villagers. So I'll go back to the next overlay, which you should be able to see. So you guys are all in roll 20, I think, are you? Someone's missing from roll 20. Tracy, you're not in roll 20.
Oh, I logged in, but I didn't log in. Didn't launch. I failed to launch. Failure to launch. Sorry.
I can't believe we don't get rewarded for killing things.
Well, you do, but you don't get as much. So, for example, killing a goblin will give you just like 5 experience points, and that's the equivalent of 5 gold pieces of treasure. So, yeah.
Hey, a dumb question. So, like, does the person who kill it get the experience, or is it like team experience points?
It's team experience. There's no I in team, Renault.
No, but there's an M and an E.
Yeah. So it's everything's divided. So I can actually tell you, since I do a running tab of all this, you're currently at about 440 experience points each. And just to give you an idea,
500 is a good round number for a level up.
Yeah. So Freljord, a cleric, needs 1,500 to get to level 2. So he's a third of the way. The ones who are the furthest away, actually, the ones who are the furthest away are actually Ada and Renault, because you are multi-class. Your experience points is split between your 2 classes. So if Ada was,
scam.
yes, I told you that's a fine print for you. So Ada only needs 1,200 for second level as a thief, but because she's also a bard, it's split. So, yep, that's the fine print for you. So you get all these extra abilities, but you're always probably going to be a level below the other guys. Because,
Should have the terms and conditions before I signed up for this.
yeah, sorry. I had a long contract.
Back in level, we make up for it. Nothing.
Attitude.
No.
It's
Extra abilities. So obviously Renault can cast spells as well as fight, which is...
Yeah, I can turn water into wine, so it's all worth it.
Yes.
Jesus.
So probably the first person who's probably going to level up is probably going to be Freljord, which is good because then he can start casting spells as well. I mean, obviously you've got the cantrips, but the proper spells is in second level. So as you can all see the map here. You can all see you're in the Goblin Vault. Elise is over here doing some sort of feng shui with the furniture again.
Just in case the chest was trapped.
Yeah. So she's over here, and then.
What are you doing with the furniture? Redecorating mid-campaign.
We need to take this table with us. This is a nice table.
Is this an IKEA table? Is this an IKEA table?
If it's a flat pack, we can absolutely take it with us. I mean, in my solo campaign, I took a 6-foot pole with me through an entire labyrinth, so also that be in my pocket. If we put wheels on this table, we can just sit on it and roll down the corridor on it. It's on the table and roll down the corridor.
Is that what you call Ooglam now? Just a 6-foot pole?
He's gone from being meat shield to meat saber.
And Oglam's just standing there kind of going, oh, I don't get it.
Am I in a relationship?
That's the thing. He's in a relationship. He doesn't even know.
So he's saying he doesn't get it, but he probably could.
Yeah. He'll just be lying under his blanket in the middle of the wilderness when suddenly someone will just snuggle up to him.
Well, either that or it's like completely innocent, like, grade 1, like, he's my boyfriend because he gives me lunch. He takes the other kids off the monkey bars.
This is not a story I should admit to, but when I was in college, my sophomore year, I dated a girl for 3 months and didn't know it. We would just randomly go out on weekends, and I thought it was just a friend thing. And she was like, "Hey, do you want to meet my parents?" And I'm like, "Why would I want to meet your parents?" And then I realized what was going on, and I'm like, "Oh, I totally misread this."
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive to go 3 months.
Yeah.
Very.
What I'm gathering is you weren't interested in it being more than friends.
Yeah, we just went to movies and played pool and stuff. I didn't know it was a thing.
For 3 months. For 3 months.
I mean, most people are they're at home base by then, a long time ago. Okay. All right. So we digress. Anyway, all right. So here we are. We're in the Goblin Vault. So it's up to you guys what you want to do next.
We've looted everything, right? There's nothing left to loot.
Well, certainly in that room, that's everything that you can see.
Unless we're trying to take the table, as Debbie suggests. Are we going down to the, what do they call it, where you get all the little pieces and get the wheels? What are they, grab lock or something with 2 umlauts over it? Grab lock. Ablack.
Make sure you stop at the cafeteria. Get the meatballs.
With the meatballs,
Yeah.
The $1 hot dog.
Don't call my meat shield boyfriend a $1 hot dog. It's more expensive than that. It's at least a $2 hot dog.
We're all paying for your $1 hot dog, I might add. I feel like
his Swedish meatballs.
I feel like we're all getting the short end of the hot dog, if you know what I mean.
The tail end.
I notice how Renault is sort of just slowly drifting away down the corridor.
Is he moving away from us?
He's like, I've had enough of this conversation. Let's go and kill something.
Well, we did a pretty good job of killing everybody before we came in. So there can't be too many guards left. We need to check this place out.
Famous last words there, Renault.
Mm.
You go recon. We'll sit here and wait. You can come back and let us know. I'm kidding. Clover's in the mood. So these two guys are not. They're not alive, right?
No, that's your prisoner goblin, Garax,
Yeah.
and your translator, Baldar the dwarf miner.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're here. Sorry.
Who's very nervous because he almost died by at the hands of a direwolf, but yeah, he's still tagging along as your translator.
All right.
Please edit this bit, but I can't seem to see anything on the Roll20 map.
Zoom out.
Way to the bottom left.
Okay, hang on. I'm like on 60%, 40%.
And then drag down.
30%. Okay, hang on. Still don't see anything. Oh wow, it's all the way down there. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just kind of fumbling in the dark there.
Yeah.
Story of my love life. There we are. Okay. Yep. Drag. Aha, alright.
Okay, you got it?
Got it.
All right. Okay, so you can... okay, so each one of these squares is 10 feet. Obviously, you can get the measure and work out how far you can move. So you can move... How much can you move again? It's... well, actually, it's not in combat at the moment, so it's just normal movement, which is... So typically, when you're going in down through dungeons, you move fairly slowly. You're sort of checking, making sure you don't stumble into any traps and things. So your movement is normally what is it? It should be here. It's in the movement tables.
I think you need to maybe temper that expectation, given Renault stood in the middle of the street in our first encounter and just basically let people launch things at him.
Yeah, so you move. You can move up to 120 feet for Elise and Clover, who are unarmored. Freljord and Renault and Oglam can move 60, and Ada can move 90. That's in non-combat. In combat, you go back to... It's obviously... Well, who's drawing on these lines? Is that Tracy then? Oh, no, it was Brad. It was Brad. It was Brad. Brad, it was...
It was me, I'm sorry. I didn't realize if you held down the thing and right-clicked, you can do multiple...
I didn't know... I actually didn't know that either.
That's cool.
So what, you hold down what? Sorry?
And then right-click, yeah.
Oh, that is clever. So if you wanted to work...
We all learn something.
Yeah,
This is an educational program.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only really learned I've only learned the features of Roll20 I need to sort of just get by, and then at some point I'll try and work out how you can do other things. But for now...
So we can move 60 feet, those of us who are armored?
Okay, so you've got chainmail on, so you can move 60 feet, yes.
In non-combat.
In non-combat. So this is, moving up. So, but of course you are limited by, so I think, it's dark in there. Who was carrying the torch? I think it was Elise, wasn't it?
I am.
Where is it? I can't select you. Oh, that's why I can't. I think Elise had the torch, didn't you, Elise?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got you emitting light. Yep, you got light. And the distance of light is 30 feet. So Elise lights up 30 feet. I mean, Clover is a gnome, so she has infravision, so she can see 60 feet kind of in the dark. It's not dark vision as more modern D&D. You sort of kind of see dark and light. Think think the Predator movie. You see heat signature sort of thing.
Hey guys, look, we can get all the way to the end of this corridor.
After you.
Well, I'm already at the end, so yes, after me.
He's already run down there. Okay, now what we need to do is carefully and cautiously. Oh, Reynolds run down the end of the corridor. Okay.
Just my teammates, you know. This is a good
We
thing.
have our very own Leroy Jenkins.
Yes, Leroy
I don't
Jenkins.
run blindly into rooms, Tracy. That's a totally different thing.
No, you stand stupidly in the middle of hallways or
I run
roads.
blindly down hallways.
Yeah.
And they're lit and everything.
Okay, so you're moving down to the doorway.
I have a plan.
I better move Oakland, don't I?
Famous last words.
I have a plan.
A cunning plan. As cunning as a fox who's a professor of cunning from Oxford University. He's dancing naked on a table singing cunning plans are here today. And at least you're supposed to be dragging your goblin with you. Hang on. I should actually, your little goblin pet. Hang on, I'll put him next to you. Because he thinks... Yeah, because
is taking care of him for now.
he thinks you've got his heart, remember?
Right.
So can you tell us about the door that's here, Neil?
Yes. Good. Thank you for that question, Renault, to move the game along. So yes, it's a regular sort of wooden door. It's nothing. Ada, you're still looking at the treasure chest.
Help. Alright.
You want me to move you? I've moved you. There you go.
Yeah, can you move me? I'll stop.
Walking is hard.
It's hard to be a bard, okay?
So Renault usually just like goes in and bludgeons things, but he doesn't use his cantrips much. Neil, would you be able to tell me if I use my detect danger magic, does that go through a door?
Yes. It's like a radar. You know, think the Aliens movie. Beep, 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 beep. No, it's not exactly like that.
You're coming through the goddamn wall.
They're in the roof.
Game over!
Game over, man. Game over. Okay, I'll just double check on your spell. I better bring up the cantrips too because you guys got cantrips. Okay, spells. Detect danger. Oh, it's in this player's turn.
We picked our cantrips for this.
Yep. You did at the start. I think I can't. I'm trying to find out where I wrote that down because.
I just kind of assumed they were Ariel's from last time because it's not like a new day or anything.
Yeah, it is. It's not a new day. So, but I think we did actually have them written down somewhere. I'm just trying to think where I wrote it down. Well, I think. Did you guys write it down on your sheets? What you've done?
Yep.
I wasn't here.
No.
I don't think.
You also get a cantrip because you're a bard, and you get what do you get? You get.
Oh, that's right. We carried around.
Ada's lifeless corpse.
Yeah, like the corpse for like 3 turns, and then we finally got her back to life, and she had to leave.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's right.
Thanks for carrying me, guys. I gotta go.
That's the best game ever.
Goodbye.
After she got splattered by the ogre, that's right. Yeah,
I got splattered by who?
the ogre.
The ogre.
He said Oakland for a moment. I got really worried.
You tried to do the superhero move. Remember, you jumped down off the ravine, landed next to the ogre, and you were just a little bit short, and then the ogre just splattered you.
Yeah, she did the superhero landing, like one knee down, hand down, and then the
Oh,
One hand up.
on top,
Face across
on top of her head,
right across the face.
Yeah, the ogre did the whole sort of grabbing Loki and just bang, bang, bang.
That's my favorite thing in any of those movies.
Yeah. All right. So, So yes, you do have some cantrips.
I can have 2.
Yes, that's right.
Give me cures minor wounds if I haven't picked one already.
Yep.
And the other one is... What's virtue? Can I have virtue?
Yeah, that gives you a temporary hit point, which is very sort of unclear what that means. I think it's not a permanent hit point. So maybe, yeah.
But that might be useful if I'm running low, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have virtue. I'll have that virtue and the healing one, please.
Okay, cool. Just make a note of that because I'll forget.
Like the Instagram of cantrips. It's totally virtuous. Like and subscribe.
Have you seen my thaumaturgy?
Trauma turkey. Yes, that's right. Okay, so you're at this door. What are you going to do?
Detect danger.
That's right. You're going to do detect danger. That's right. Okay.
Get through the door.
Do we all have to go while you're detecting danger?
I mean, you could do other things. You could listen at the door. You could do that.
Try detecting danger and then I'll listen. But can't do that while you're doing magic because you move too much.
Oh, yeah.
For detecting danger, but I can't remember what it was.
Where's Druids?
Danger? Are you there?
It's your nunchuck move. But with like no nunchucks.
Sick dance moves, Tracy. Sick dance moves.
Can we hear anything from the other side of the door?
Okay, here it is. Detect danger. It lasts for an hour. The range is... Oh, okay. It's only 5 feet per level. So you can detect, essentially, you can detect the danger on the opposite side of the door.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any traps or anything.
Yep. All right, so you cast that spell. And you, in your immediate vicinity, you concentrate and you can't detect any danger on the other side of the door.
Hey guys, there's no danger. Within 5 feet of here.
All right.
Let's go.
Do I have the best ears or does Ada have the best ears?
I think you're about the same.
I don't know. We can let the audience be the judge. I'm just like, let the audience be the judge.
Are we having an ear off?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to listen as well? Do you want to, Tracy?
Yeah.
Okay. You listen and you can't hear anything through the doorway. Seems like it's quiet.
Can we ask the goblin if there's guard patrol for the secret entrance?
The secret entrance you came in through? No, Garax goes. He just sort of, Baldur has to translate, but then Garax sort of just shakes his head.
Is that a no or you don't know?
He goes, no patrol.
Okay.
All right. So, is anyone opening the door? He asks anonymously.
Talk to a mole right now.
Actually, you've got a mole. You got a mole in your pocket.
That's what she said.
Do I have him with me? I didn't remember that I brought him with me.
He's probably starving in his pocket.
Guys, there's a mole in my pocket. Dear Liza.
Yes, you still have Molly.
Okay, if I have him with me, is there any holes under the door?
No.
Would, allow him to get underneath, like
no,
the corner or whatever?
No, these are good craftsmen, these goblins. there's no mole-sized gap under the doorway.
Okay. Well, then I'll just pat Molly and somebody.
I'm going to open the door
Door.
just a little. I don't want to open it fully because I don't know what's right behind. So I'll take the risk and
Okay. So you
open the
I'm
door.
gonna.
the door doesn't
while
appear to
he
be
does
locked.
that,
Sorry.
I'm gonna be armed. I'm gonna be armed so that I can be ready to throw a knife at anybody I see.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure you put your mole in your pocket so you're not throwing.
Oglum will also come.
Oh yeah! Oh! Oh wait! No!
Molly attack!
Oh, yeah, right. Then I'll be like, all right, sad Molly.
Okay, attack Mole.
Be like Pokemon.
Pokemon! It's you, Pokemon!
Gotta catch them all. All right, so Freyord opens the door. Bum bum bum. Let's have a look. Can I open it?
Sound effects, please.
As he cracks open the door,
Oh, hello, it's a boudoir.
it's as you open up, you can't hear anything, and then you open a bit further, and then eventually you open up, and you see. What do you see? You see what appears to be a bed chamber.
Well, hello.
And then the music sort of kicks in. Wow, wow, boom, wow, wow.
Well, I must admit, this is a bit of a curious opener for this particular scene, but okay.
I need an adult.
So yeah, there's some bedding, there's some furs all over it, there's some cushions. It looks like it's reasonably good quality furs and things as well. So it's probably someone of note's bedchamber. And you can see another door to the right.
Should we
Okay.
go through the room?
We look around the room and see if there's anything that we can use, or...
Guys,
Yeah.
I think we can all fit in the bed.
I think so.
Well, we can, but I'm not getting in the bed with all of you.
Is there...
Oh, Elise is straight there for the furniture.
Are we still in like 60 foot per turn sort of movement? Or are we free to move?
You can move into the room, yes.
Is there anything under the bed?
No, like I said, it's mainly just bedding, some furs, some low-lying tables.
Can I like cut this? Can I cut this rug into like
That's a cushion.
strips?
That's
It's
like
a
a cushion.
poof, for fuck's sakes, you cretin.
Are you gonna dance? You're gonna cut her up? It doesn't mean that if it's dancing, it's gonna start dabbing.
And there's another table in this room.
We'll never learn.
Elise can't resist a good table.
I think this is just like Marie Kondoing her way through this whole campaign.
Can I
Just
look
have
under
bed
the
spark joy, Elise.
All right, so Ada, you going to move into the room, or do you want me to move you?
Yes, no, let me do it. I'm capable of moving. Thank you very much. Move.
What if it closes behind us?
There we go. Right in the middle of the bed.
Okay, so
Just
yeah,
like scrolls out on the bed.
all right. Okay, Renaud, where are you? Okay, yeah. So
Where's Oakland? Yeah, that's right. Where's Oakland?
Right here.
Cue music.
Is this,
Bit of Barry White stuff playing in the background.
okay, there's a little bit of a lag on the actual OBS on the actual. Oh, here we go. Now it's updating. Okay.
Wait, did something just go under the table?
Oh, that's interesting. Why is that?
Why don't you?
Something went under it.
Why can't I go? I can only go above the table.
Now you know how it feels to be
There you
me.
go. I had it on the wrong layer, I think.
Jeez. You need a boost?
Okay. So what you? So yeah, from it just like this just seems to be bedding. There's nothing of obvious value.
Oh.
Okay. So what are you going to do next?
And that's a door to our right, is it?
Yes, this is the door here.
There's nothing in the room. Okay. I think we have to keep going. I don't have to stop in this room as much as I would love to stop.
That's just a table there.
A nice table.
I think we have to keep going, don't we? I will stop here.
Did anybody check under the rug to make sure there's no like trap door or anything like that? I heard Renault saying something about that, but I don't know if he actually did it.
I did want to check under the rug.
Yeah, you lift up the rug and there's just stone.
Wow, it's clean in here. There's not even any dirt under this.
A little too clean.
All right, Renault, you move over to the door. So as you approach the door, your spider senses start tingling.
Danger! Within 5 feet of me! It says, no one is within 5 feet of me. Well, it could be. Who the heck this is? I can't remember.
That's me.
Okay.
And as you're standing near to the door, you don't have to really listen too hard, but you can actually hear voices on the other side of the door.
Clover, get your ears over here.
Don't speak Goblin.
Okay, Baldar can come over. Baldar can come over and listen. And he sort of puts his head up against the door and he goes, "Yep, goblins. Lots of them, by the sounds of it." Many goblins.
Oh. Why don't we, taking a page out of the Book of Elise, which way does the door open? Into the hall or into the room?
That's a good question. You probably won't know until you try to open it.
No, but the hinges will tell us.
It would have hinges on it, right?
Hinges
Does
will
it
tell
have
us.
visible hinges?
It doesn't
Where
have
are the hinges, Neil?
it doesn't
Where
have
are the hinges?
it doesn't have pull or push written on it.
No, it would have hinges though.
Have hinges though.
Oh, that's true. Well,
That's
yeah,
some
I guess so.
other form of door.
It opens into the chamber.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's
That's a bad
bad.
thing.
We'll get overwhelmed. We won't be able to. No, but it'll be actually won't be good because we can push back against it, can't we? Because if it opens that way, we're gonna have to pull shut. If it opens towards us, we can push it back out.
What do you got, Clover?
Or we retreat back to the hall and we take them out 2 at a time as they come down the hall, rather than getting overwhelmed in the room and getting surrounded.
Well, because right now we're at the door, so to get into the room, they have to get through us first. So depends on how big the corridor is on the outside.
Yeah, but we don't know. But the doorway is a limited size, so you're right. Well, why don't we put the table so that the door can open, but the door can't open all the way, and then that way we have some cover behind the table, and
If only we had someone who was good at moving furniture. Who could that
right?
be?
If we had someone who could feng shui the table for us,
I know a moving company.
a block.
Not one with the table. Embrace the table. Become the table.
The table's an NPC.
It's about as wooden as Ogler.
His name is Woody.
So you want to move the you want to move the table over?
Can we?
Yeah.
Let's look quietly so
Right.
we're not making a huge amount of noise.
Pivot.
Okay, the table's, and I assume you're putting on its side, or you're going to leave it sort of upright?
No, lay it on its side. It's a block.
Yeah. Okay. So you've laid it there.
God.
So
This
it's
is
sort of
anxiety inducing.
blocking. Yeah, so it's blocking the door. So there'll be only one small entrance. So there'll basically be room for one person at a time to try to get through the door. If we can hold the table.
If I open the door open as quick as I can and jump out of the way as I open it, will you be able to like push this barricade up against it? Is that what the plan is?
No, I think just have the door hit the table and hold the table in place.
So it funnels them into like this bottom area over here?
Yeah, into one little entrance through the door as long as we can hold the table.
Hang on.
I mean, if they're super strong and they're not going to know what we're doing to start with.
So like if we open the door like this, then this whole area is where we try to pin them in?
Yes. We try to take them out as they squish in one by one.
As you're talking, as you're talking, you start to hear some raised voices on the other side of the door, and then, as if it sounds like a bit of an argument.
Are we planning too loudly?
I don't know. They're about to break in here.
Get behind the table.
I don't know how to delete stuff.
I'm just checking if I actually used my sleep spell. I can't remember.
Yes, you did, because the sentries at the front, you knocked them out with the sleep spell.
Right. Okay. Trusty dagger. I think I also used all my cantrips.
No, you still got all your cantrips.
I didn't use the cantrips, okay.
No, because that was, you used them when we had the big fight in the wilderness against
okay.
but you got them back out because you had a night's rest. And Elise still has her spell of choice. Which one did you choose, Elise? Was it Phantasmal Force or?
I think it was Phantasmal Force.
Yeah. Okay.
So guys, time is a factor here. What should we do? Should we just go for it?
Yep.
How do we know that table is going to hold? Can we somehow turn it what's the word I'm looking for? 90 degrees, so that it's braced against the bed as well. Because I'm just worried at the moment that they're going to just shut that door open, and that's just going to push that table back.
Maybe get out of bed first, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm just reclining in bed, being like, guys, move.
I know we're about to go to war, but you know.
Well, Oglim's drawn his sword and he's getting ready. Boom, boom.
He's drawn his sword. Okay.
Guys, attack positions. We're going for this.
Yeah, get yourself in position. Oh, Baldar, where's he gone? Baldar's underneath here, I think. Where is he? Where's Baldar gone?
Help me. Somebody better throw that pillow in this movie, or in the movie, in this battle.
All right. So, who's gonna? Are you gonna open the door?
Also, the table is flipped down, so we can duck behind it if they have archer for people, sort of thing, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Who's opening the door?
I'm opening the door.
Okay. So you crack the door open and very cautiously open the door, and you hear the voices, and the voices are clearly raised, and obviously you don't speak Goblin, but it sounds like there's arguing going on. And as you peek out, you immediately see in front of you what looks like a curtain, like a long curtain that's sort of screening off the door.
So we have to lure them in then.
And then you can the voices are basically on the other side of the curtain. And Baldar, who's the dwarf, can hear the voices, and he says he goes. They seem to be arguing about the people they've been fighting.
Us?
There seems to be a disagreement as to what they should do next.
They're arguing about us.
Sounds like
What's
that probably is the case. Yeah.
option they're thinking of?
Why don't we make a crashing noise in here? Because they're not going to send the whole group of them through. They're going to send someone to check on it. And we kill them. And then they'll send someone else. And then we kill them. And so on. I mean, we're not going to... I don't know. Unless we can kind of peek through the curtain and see how many there are and where they are.
Well, you do have a thief that can move silently and try and do that.
Oh. All right. Ada, you want to get out of bed?
I am out of bed! Oi! Mole lady.
So, Ada, you're going to sort of sneak through the door and see what you can see or hear?
Yeah, I'm gonna, hang on. I'm gonna try and peek through that curtain. How heavy and how long is this curtain?
It's pretty long. It's about 30 feet long, and it's fairly heavy sort of curtain. What's your move silently skill?
My move silently skill. Here we go. Character sheet.
5 more minutes, Mom. That's all I want.
Here we go. Move silently 1 in 6.
Okay. Yep. All right. So you move up. Okay. So you move up against the curtain, and you just sort of just briefly press it apart. And so basically you're in the gap of the curtain here.
Yeah.
And you see through the gap. You see immediately in front. You see like a wooden throne, and a large goblin seems to be sitting on it. And then
Goblin King! It's Jarrett! Crossover!
And you see, you can also see in front of him, you see a bunch of armed goblins, including a couple more burly ones who look like they might be sort of like second in command or bodyguards or something like that. And they seem to be, and then also through the gap, you can also, it's a large room. It's quite a large room. And you can see what look like female goblins as well, sitting around. It seems like a large sort of communal area for the tribe, and they're having this discussion about what they should do about the adventurers or the people that they've been fighting.
How many are there? Like in the room?
Well, there's quite a few. There's at least in the chamber. There's at least about a dozen or so females, and then you can see about over a dozen of armed goblins.
Gosh. A dozen females and a dozen armed goblins.
Yeah, in addition to the chieftain. And there's like little there's like fireplaces. There's like a couple of fire pits which are like for warmth and some light. There's some basic lighting in there as well.
On a scale of 1 to 10, guys, how inadvisable would it be for me to just slit his throat from behind at this point?
1.
Like 1 being a really bad idea and 10 being
Like
the best idea.
one being inadvisable.
Yeah, and like 10 being like, let's do
Oh
this.
no! In that case, 10.
Why wouldn't we just park somebody under the bed, because this is clearly the Goblin King's bed, and then we can assassinate him in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day, whenever they sleep.
It's daytime at the moment. They are more nocturnal animals. They're more active at night time.
Where are the rest of us going to go while somebody's hiding under his bed?
Back down the other passage.
Okay.
Under the Under the rug. I don't know. I can't solve all your problems.
In the pillows.
Go back to the pub. We'll have a beer. You tell us when it's over.
Can I just grab Goblin and see this one out? No, I'm joking. So I can't see his throat. Okay, bad idea, Anna. He's right there though. I'm just like.
Yeah, but can you get to the other side of the room to do it? If you can.
That's actually the throne is actually sort of backs onto the curtain.
That's the idea I was getting. Is I'm peeking through and there's like a throne and a dude sitting there, so I could just like.
Just don't go too far. We can't see you anymore. That's not good news.
Well, I don't know if you're coming back to ask us. Are you coming back to ask us? Or are you?
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Oh yeah, because I have to come back. You guys are still in the room. Alright, I'm like sneaking back through. I'm like, guys, the king is right there. What do we think? Should I just go for it? But there's like, I don't know, like there's 25 or 30 goblins in the room. Some of them are like really tough looking. Can we take them? If I off this guy? What do we think?
We could totally take them.
We have to draw them into the room anyway, and slitting their king's throat is a very good way of getting them to come in.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. So if I slit his throat and if I can quickly leap back over the table, back into the room, so I'll slit his throat, through the curtain, put a handbrake, slip
don't even
back through.
Exactly. They may not even see it. They may just see that his throat suddenly just.
Let's do it.
Throat
Claws.
They're goblins. Who says they have any brains? They may not. They may be like, oh my god, the goblin god is angry.
If you just shove your dagger up through the back of his neck into his brain, though.
Yes!
He's just going to die, and they're not going to see anything.
Okay, done.
Remind me to not fuck with Freyord.
Well, I'm doing that.
I will never back up to a curtain again, like ever.
Okay, so what's the plan? What's the plan?
That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna like.
You're going to attempt to assassinate.
Are you gonna like run back in to us?
No.
Are we gonna close the door behind us?
No, so we can't. I think we need to. Yeah, I agree that we need to lure them back into the room because if we fight them in that chamber, we die. So I need to stab Goblin in the back of the neck, jump back over the table, get back in the room, and then lure them in.
Hey, Neil?
Yeah?
If she does that, is that like a rolling thing?
Yeah, she's going to have to pass a check to move silently up there because she'll have to move out of the curtain and then sort of up behind the throne and then stab the guy. Hopefully she kills him in one go.
I would like to use one of my cantrips, touch, and I would like to touch Ada, and say, I would like to help you.
With my consent.
Yeah, may I use touch on you?
And okay.
Thank you.
We're all about consensual touch on this channel.
I hope this touch helps you in whatever your next goal is.
Okay. And what's the
Boy, how to make an awkward situation even more awkward.
what was the spell? What's the spell? Is it
It's a cantrip, it's touch.
Is it touch? Or is it guidance? Which one is it? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is guidance.
Guidance. That's right,
I
yeah.
don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Renault is just like, no, it's touch. I have to touch you.
Hands
Okay.
off the loop, buddy.
My copy paste failed me. I'm sorry. It is
All right.
guidance.
So that'll give you a +1 to your attack roll.
I have to be within touch range.
Yes.
It's guidance.
Basically, you just calmly close your eyes, put your hand on her shoulder, and suddenly Ada feels this great sense of well-being and confidence that comes over her, and she's like Let's do this. She draws a. I'm assuming you're going to draw a dagger, or are you going to draw your sword?
I'm gonna draw one of my. It's gonna be easy. A dagger is probably easy to wield. Jam it up there. Let's do this.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
While she goes out there, I would suggest that our armored guys, if you are closer to where the door opens, rather than behind the table. I know you guys want to be safe, but
Yeah, Oglin's got his sword drawn.
yeah, you got to have sword and pointy things pointing right at that opening. I've got my dagger ready, but I'm not really good in a
I'm gonna do
hand-to-hand
a
fight.
wicked slide over the top of the bed like it's a 1993 Pontiac.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get stick with that
1975. It's okay with that hairdo. You look like Bo Duke.
I do.
Yeah,
I totally do.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Moment of truth. All right. You ready, Ada?
Alright, let's do this. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna have to roll here.
Okay.
Because you're going to attempt to creep carefully through the. You're going to have to slide through the curtain without the movement of the curtain, attracting any attention, and
I
then.
suddenly have this image of the bard like singing in her head quietly. I'm a creep.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
All right. Okay.
Knife in the base of your neck.
So much for that confidence.
So you step. You slowly slide your way through the curtain. Boom, boom, boom.
That's a lot of...
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Well, for moving silently, I roll for you, and you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know if you've succeeded yet.
God.
Okay. So
I hope I didn't touch you for nothing.
you step through, knife at the ready, and you get behind. You slide out through the curtain. You go to the wooden throne, which is, probably comes up to your, because goblins are a bit shorter, so it probably comes up to your shoulder height. And there's this large burly goblin that's sort of sitting in the chair, but he's leaning forward a little bit because he's sort of remonstrating with the one of the goblin bodyguards who seems to be arguing with him. And you're gonna have to reach forward to try and get his neck.
I don't like this. Okay, right.
What do I just remember? We have a potion of invisibility.
Oh well.
And as you're reaching, suddenly you hear a voice, and the goblin turns around and sort of leaps off the throne and turns to face you.
Wow. You tell me about the invisibility potion now?
I just remembered.
That's when Elise downs the potion and runs in and goes, "Hey, we had a potion," and then runs away.
All right. So yeah,
I draw my sword and now I'm committed. Right, that neck is mine. Off with his head.
so you're going to basically follow through. You're going to leap out and attack him. Okay.
Wait, do I have to leap? Can I not stab with pointy thing and jump back through her?
Well, so he turned around and he's sort of jumping off his chair. So he's kind of jumping away from you. So you're going to have to sort of step into the. You're going to have to sort of climb, go around the chair and sort of stab at him.
I'm going back through the door. There is no way I'm leaping into a chamber of 20 goblins by myself. Do I look like I have a death wish? I mean, maybe, but let's go with no for now.
All right. So you're gonna jump back in the room.
It's a terrible plan. Yes.
Okay. So you jump back in the room. That's fine. And so the door is still, open, but you hear just a bunch of voices, screaming and carrying on. You see the curtain sort of pulled apart, and the last thing you see, I'm assuming you're closing the door, is some angry goblins running towards the doorway.
We're not closing the door. Why are we closing the door?
You're not going to close the door? Okay.
We're killing them as they come in the room.
All right.
It's gonna be like a Pez dispenser.
Okay. All right. So yes, the door is ajar, and who's that? No, I won't leave the doorway. Who's?
Is it a door or is it a jar?
I'll just hang on. I'll move Ada out of the. Hang on. Why can't I move that? Just move it out of the way. So the doorway is the door.
Moving our
Put
table.
the table on the bed.
Why are you
I'll-
moving the table?
I'm just trying to move it. Sorry, if people were underneath the table, I couldn't see them. All right.
I'm on the.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So is it the table on its side again? Did we say that was the case, or do we have it upright? Is it like a shield by having on its side?
It's on its side like a shield, and it's blocking the door from opening all the way, and I'm standing on it. I know that I don't add a whole hell of a lot of weight to that, but
Yeah.
standing
All right.
on the
Cool.
table.
Got it. Okay. So. Okay. How far can they move? All right. So you basically surprise them. So you've got yourselves into position. Oglom is ready on the side of the door. Freyord is next to him, I think. Baldar, I'll move. Baldar jumps back here. All right. So the first goblin that enters the doorway is quite a large, burly one.
They have themselves a cave goblin.
All right.
I like how he's backing into the room. That's a smart move. Good tactics.
Why can't I get him to rotate? He should be rotating. Why isn't he rotating? Huh, that's odd. Normally I can rotate these things. All right, so the first one coming through is, like I said, quite a burly looking one. So he comes into the doorway all sort of primed and ready to go, carrying a sword and shield. And as he comes through the door, I think Oglom is the closest he can strike at him. Yeah. So he will roll a d20.
We don't need to roll for initiative or anything.
Not for the first round where he has surprise. Oglom misses. He stabs at him with his sword, but the bodyguard is able to sidestep that. But as he comes into the room, he bumps into this. Why is it doing that? It bumps into this table, and yeah, he's stuck there for a moment. So Freljord, you could lash out at him if you wanted to.
That's what I want to do. I do.
Okay, roll a d20. What did you roll? You rolled a 13. Okay. And did we say? Okay, so for 13, what's your strength?
My strength is 15 plus 1.
Okay, so you basically got a 14, which is the goblin. Yep, you hit him. So you'll do, with your mace, you'll do 1d6 damage plus your strength bonus. Ooh, 6 points of damage. Okay. All right, so you get a good hit on him, and he staggers back and sort of falls back out of the doorway. You've sort of bashed him back out, but he's still on his feet. You Like I said, he's a bit of a burly one, so he's tougher than the other goblins. Renault, you want to do anything?
I want to toss a spear.
You want to throw the spear at him? Yep.
Yeah.
Roll d20.
It's a 12.
Okay, what's your dexterity?
My dex is 10.
So no bonus. Okay. But actually, it's close range, so you get a +1 for that. So that will take you to 13, which is enough to hit him. So roll d6, please.
Wah, wah.
No, you rolled a 1. Okay. So a glancing blow from the spear.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, Ada, you ran back in the room.
I did.
Yeah. Anyone else want to do anything? Elise or?
Can I still see him?
Yeah, he's in the doorway. He's stepped back. Yeah.
Then I would like to cast Magic Whistle.
Magic whistle. That's your cantrip, isn't it?
That's one of my cantrip.
Yeah.
So if target the creature, the target make a save versus spell. On failure, their days for the next round. A dazed creature have -1 to all attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay, cool. All right, goblins have a saving throw. I'll roll it first. Okay. Oh, no, that works. So he suddenly he's sort of what did you say it did again? Sorry, it
dazed them so that they have -1 in their attack roll and saving throws.
All right, so basically, yeah, he's going to fall back. He's just been smacked in the head with in the body with a mace. He's had a glancing blow from a spear, and then he's suddenly his eyes are all sort of glazed over, and he sort of reaches up to his head and grabs his head as he sort of cries out, "Ah!" And he sort of staggers back away from the doorway. So he steps out of view.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold because I don't want to throw my dagger away. Oh.
And then taking his place, coming through, you see two smaller goblins, one with a spear, who comes up to the doorway, and you see him throw the spear, and he throws at Oglom. Oh, and he hits him.
Oh. And he's really annoyed at it now.
So Oglom steps back as a spear sort of catches him on the shoulder, doing 2 points of damage. Oglom, he was fully fit, but he's only got 5 hit points. So, yeah, okay. So Oglom's taking a bit of damage. So he steps back a bit. Yep. Okay. So now we've got we do a regular initiative. Who wants to roll for initiative?
Doing rubbish. Somebody else roll.
I will. I haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
What is it? 6, right? 6. Fuck.
Okay.
Sorry.
Goblins. Okay, so the goblins attempt to come into the room. The first goblin, again, going for Oglom. The second one that had the spear is now... He's thrown his spear, so now he's drawing a dagger. And he goes towards...
Okay, but just remember the door is there, right? So they can't come in that side. The door is blocking them from going down towards Ada.
That's true, yeah. So they're going to basically go... So one's going to run... Well, actually, they're having difficulty getting... Because the table's in the way. So
yeah.
I'm going to say pretty much only the first one. The one with the... What's he got? He's got like a mace. He's going to have a crack at Oglom. Okay, Oglom's armor class is. What's his armor class? He's wearing chainmail, so his armor class is going to be 5. So that means, and he rolled a 12. Yep, so he misses. So the goblin misses Oglom. So the bodyguard staggers back here, and then another goblin. You can see another goblin coming behind. Another couple of goblins actually are coming up behind the other 2 goblins. Okay, so yeah, they are definitely. It's your choke point, as you talked about before. They're stuck coming into the doorway. One had a strike at Oglom, but you guys can now strike back. So who wants to go first?
Me.
I'll go first.
No, go.
Freljord, go for it.
I'll go.
Go, Freljord.
Yeah.
You want to kill something?
I do.
No one lets me kill things. It's no fun.
I killed the troll and I want to kill a goblin.
Yeah. All right, roll d20. Did you roll? 2. Ugh. Terrible. Not good.
No.
So that's definitely a miss. Oglom will strike back with his sword. Oglom, he's not really earning his pay. All right. So, yes?
I can't hear anything.
Hello? Can you hear?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us, Em? Oh, she's frozen now. Oh, no, she's still there?
No, she's good.
You can't hear.
Oh, now we can't hear her.
Yeah, she's muted now too.
Okay. All right, so Oglom and Freljord missed. Renault, what do you want to do? Renault.
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
You can move up and try and stab at the goblin with your sword.
I had to get like behind the table.
Yeah, so the table is on its side. You could come around.
I can like do that or something.
Yeah, you could even come around from this
here.
side.
Yeah, I'll go over here. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, roll.
Stabby.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's definitely going to be a hit. And you're stabbing with a sword, which does 1d8 damage. So roll an 8-sided dice.
Murder.
3, and what do you have a strength bonus?
Strength is that I'm a people person. I have 13 plus 1.
Yep. And he just drops dead. You got a good blow on him, and he just collapses on the ground dead. Okay. All right. So, Elise, are you going to do anything, or are you just standing back?
Can I cast Phantasmal Force? It have a 20 cube area, so from here.
You could do quite a large illusion with Phantasmal Force.
So can I cast it in this cube area right at from the goblin?
I think Phantasmal Force has like a line of sight. So, just double check. So, illusion of spells. Here we go. First level spells, Phantasmal Force. Here we go. It's got a range of 240 feet, so it's got quite. You could create a monster. You could create, like you've done before, like an avalanche or a scene.
Can I create like from the door to as far as like the biggest area I can create the ceiling just collapse and hit on and bury all the goblins standing right underneath it?
Okay. Yeah, you want to do like an avalanche again? Okay.
Well, ceiling collapse this time since there's
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you can do that.
Right, I'll do that then.
Okay. So, yeah, because you can see through the doorway, and so you concentrate, you do your hand gestures and mumble some arcane words, and then essentially everyone is suddenly sort of surprised because they just hear this rumbling sound. The goblins sort of pause, they look up, and then they sort of give out a scream as the rocks just suddenly just fall down on top of them. And they give out a scream, and they'll all have to test to see if. Okay, so that guy's actually dead, so I better get rid of him. All right, so I'm going to have to do a series of saving throws. Let me double check on goblins again what their saving throw is against spells. Which is
the goblin that I hit with the dots have -1 to one of them have -1.
Yep, that's the bodyguard. You probably can't really see at the moment now because he's. Oh no, you can see him. He's there. Okay, so this goblin here in the doorway, I'll do a D20 check for him. Okay, he failed, and so he's gonna. What would it be? I'd say a D8. Okay, he falls unconscious. Okay. This one here, just you can't see. I'm gonna roll on him. Okay, that one ignored it. That one's okay. Okay, the guy who you did the thing on.
The guy who you did the thing on.
The bodyguard that you did the whistle on.
We have T-shirts for like our campaign that say the guy that you did that thing on.
Yeah, that was the technical term. The bodyguard collapses as well, so the bodyguard is unconscious as well. And then there's another one here that you can't see, but he's there. All right, that one's okay. Okay, so that one's all right. So what I'll do is I'll move that one that way. Actually, I'll move it. Yeah. Okay, so that one is also unconscious. Okay, that one is all right. That one's okay. This one here. 12. Okay, and then I'm gonna do damage. So it's probably D6. Oh, okay, he's gone as well. You're taking a few out. So basically, that they will they think they've died. Essentially, they get such a mental shock from the illusion that they fall unconscious. It's like what we did with the outside of the tin mine when you did the same illusion. This one has to check as well. That one fails as well. That one's unconscious. So that's Actually, even the chief has to check.
The chief's still alive, right?
Yeah, you didn't get a chance to strike at him because you failed your move silently.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks for giving me the invisibility potion, guys. Got my back.
I totally forgot about it until like 2 seconds before you rolled.
I'm just like leaping in there, and you're like, wait.
Okay. So he's shocked, but he's not. Okay, so the range is actually. I got. How much of an area does it do?
Sitting in the other room, suddenly just like, oh no!
20-foot cube area. Okay, all right. So looking at this range, yeah, I think that's about all it's going to affect it because it affects like a 20-foot cubic area. Yeah. So you've taken out four goblins collapse, but 2 of them are still okay, and you can see them.
Another 24 to go.
Let me just see. So with that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and one's dead. I'm going to do a morale check. Okay. Morale. Where's morale? Oh, here it is. Yeah. If the higher the morale loyalty score, monster retains, surrenders, or flees. We rolled a 9. Okay, they're still okay. Just. Oh no. All right. So basically, when you do this illusion, a bunch of the goblins sort of scream. You see a bunch of them collapse down on the ground, unconscious. I got to check the chieftain. Hang on. Okay, and the other. And check him. Okay, so the situation is a bunch of goblins. They sort of the one in the immediate front here that you can just see here. This guy, you can see him. So he basically throws down his weapons and puts his hands up. But the guy behind him, who's a bigger burly guy, he's still looking pretty aggressive. But you can hear a lot of sort of voices, calamitous sort of voices inside the room as they sort of go, sort of carrying on. So okay, that's the goblin, literal translation from Goblin. But yeah, you can just hear a lot of fear, and then you start hearing what seems to be like the larger of the voice, the chieftain, sort of yelling at them, and Baldar basically saying, can hear him saying, "Get off the ground! Pick up your weapons! What are you doing?"
I think like we should try to take out the chief now that to stop him from rousing them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed. I think we should all make a group effort to take the chief out.
Bomb rush him.
All right. Okay, roll for initiative, please.
6.
Yep, D6.
Oh, I thought you meant you rolled a 6. I was
I know I did too.
6.
Ah,
I rolled a 1, so you won anyway.
Yes.
Okay, so you still got these. So obviously, one of the guys collapsed in the doorway, so you're going to have to. Yeah, obviously you want to rush in. I'm assuming that's what you're wanting to do. So someone should pull the table back to clear the doorway. At least puts a hand up. Designated furniture removalist.
And the
I would
goblin
get off of the table to make it easier for you.
Read the character description.
Can we get sponsored by a furniture company, guys?
Yeah, we all need to do.
Get sponsored by Wayfair.
Yeah.
A new Billy bookcase.
Bed Bath and
Yes.
Table can sponsor us.
How's it going? Today's show is brought to you by Sweden, yeah? IKEA, Sweden. All right, so Elise and Clover, are you pulling the table back?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you guys do that. Froyord, what are you doing? You're charging in?
I am.
All right, so you got this guy here that you can attack. So you can move up against him, jump over the prone body of the other goblin, and do a d20 attack with your mace.
Come on.
What? Oh, you rolled a 7. That's not good. No, you miss him. You look like this, and he steps across to the side. He dropped it.
That's a prone goblin.
There's a prone goblin that you jumped over. He actually didn't fall for the illusion, but he did actually fail the morale check. So he's going to be basically just cowering on the ground. So you could just sort of bash him. So his armor class is effectively, he's not resisting.
Bash him.
So you're going to see.
That sounded very Australian of you. Just bash him.
Bash him. If in doubt, bash him.
The Australian way.
Is he surrendering? Because if he should, we probably should not do that in case the other goblins get scared to surrender.
Freyord's blood's up.
Oh, no.
7. Actually, even with a roll of 7, you still essentially just went "Rah!" and you've just missed him.
Good.
So you haven't hit him, but you're right next to him, and he's just sort of cowering on the ground. But behind him is this guy here, which you probably can't really see unless you come into the room. He's kind
I
of
can't see him.
no, he's kind of in the curtain area.
It's curtains for him.
Yeah. Oglom enters the room next to you, and he stabs at the goblin.
I thought my boyfriend was injured. He's still okay.
But he missed as well because Oglom, as usual, does absolutely nothing. Renault, what are you going to do? You going into the room as well?
Hell yeah! No, like I said, nobody stabs my dumbass boyfriend but me.
Too dumb to know he's hurt.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, so Oglom. Wait, if I can select him, please let me select him.
I'm just trying to drag myself in there. Let's go. Okay, come on, roll d20. Yes, there I am. Let's go.
Okay. So
I am in. Sword drawn. Let's go.
you're going to stab at that surrendering goblin as well?
Yeah.
Who else is around me in the nearby vicinity?
So Freyord's next to you. Actually, Clover, what are you doing over there? Did you grab... Oh, where's Clover gone?
Tracy,
Clover's mute. You're on
I
mute.
put myself in the room.
Okay, you came right round. You've run straight in. How far can you move? Hang on. Oh no, you got no armor, so that's fine. You should be able to move that far. So you run into the room and you've run around. You've run around the curtain, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm trying to stay hidden by the curtain. I'm trying to sneak down to the end.
Yeah.
So that I can see someone and where is the king? I don't know what the king looks like.
You can see into the room now.
There's Charles.
This is the king. This is the chieftain here. He's basically near the
I got you now.
that guy here. Can you see him? Yep.
Is this our Coronation Edition stream, guys?
Yep. You've just gate crashed the Goblin Coronation.
Excellent.
We are decoronating him.
All right, Renault, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna join the party, and I want my freaking spear back.
Well, the spear will be basically just on the ground here.
All right. So I'm gonna move into the room because I could do that probably.
Yep. Pick up your
Is
spear.
picking up a spear my action, or can I like just do it?
That'll be picking up your action. I mean, you're right in front of you. You've got the surrendering goblin, and behind him you've got a goblin bodyguard who's not surrendering, so he's still looking like he's ready to fight. And then
I want to fight the one that wants to die.
Okay, so in that case, you pick up the spear or you stab at him with your sword. Which
I'm stabbing with the sword I got in my hand.
Okay, so you're basically gonna let's move him to the side. You're gonna move through the curtain because he's just on the other side of the curtain.
Right.
And so just
I've never been through the curtain before. Guys, this is cool.
pay no attention to the guy behind the curtain. So you can move through. That's it.
Okay, door number 3. Monty.
All right. So you strike at
So
the
velvety.
strike at the bodyguard. Roll a d20.
Oh lord.
None of you guys ate your Vita Brits this morning. Need to take some Vegemite.
What?
I should have had a V8.
Vita Brits is like a wheat cereal in Australia.
It sounds like not a cereal. It sounds like you're eating humans, but like
They look like little bricks. They're like
shredded wheat.
no, they're not like shredded wheat. We do have them, but
Weetabix.
yeah, we have Wheat Bix and Vita Brits. So Wheat Brix is one brand, and then Vita Brits is the identical another name brand.
It's like eating cardboard.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Tasty.
you have to add lots of things to it to make it even palatable.
Which defeats the purpose.
So anyway, but
What did you add to it, John Louise?
so but basically you've missed this guy anyway. So he's still standing there. Okay, who else is in the room? At least you're the only one not in the room. But you've got the goblin with you as well.
Can I still move?
Well, actually, you cast the illusion, didn't you? You cast the illusion, or was that the previous round? That was the previous round.
The previous round because
Yeah.
we lost it.
Yeah, so you can move.
So I guess I'll move. Just picking out the curtain as well.
Can I cast or no? Did I move too far to cast?
No, you move. So as soon as you move, you can't cast anything.
Okay.
All right, so you're all in the room now. Okay,
I can't see them.
you're on the other side of the curtain. That's why it's blocking line of sight, I think.
I can't move her through the curtain.
That
How many are left in the room then? Can we see everyone that's left? How many are actually active in play at this point in time?
Well, in your immediate surroundings, there's one goblin cowering on the ground. There's about 4 goblins collapsed on the ground unconscious. And then there's a bodyguard who's basically just on the other side of the curtain in front of the throne. Beyond that, you can't really see because of the curtain. Well, Elise has moved around, so she will be able to see.
Is it possible for me to climb up this curtain? Is there like a rail or something you can sit on and start throwing daggers and shooting people from up there? Like, what kind of framework is this curtain on?
There's just like a wooden pole, and it's just hanging on it. It's basically can carry the weight of the curtain, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, so time for roll for. Actually, that was your initiative. So this goblin, who still can fight, he will strike at Renault because it's you've done your initiative. So,
What did I do?
and he rolled a 15. What's your armor class, Renault?
I
think it's
4.
he just missed you.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, and
Swing of it.
he's gonna. Okay, the Goblin King's gonna move back this way. Okay. Okay. All right. Time for a new round of initiative. Who's rolling?
I'm doing it.
Go for it.
D6.
Yep. D6.
Oh,
I thought about it.
find out how you lot.
Okay, you rolled a
What adventurers we are.
2 and I rolled a 1, so you guys get to go first. So what are you doing?
All right.
Well done.
We need to take out the bodyguard, don't we? Because he's in front of the king.
I'm going to, from where I am, shoot an arcane bolt at the king.
Okay. All right. Yep, you can do that. I'll just got to roll a saving throw for him. Actually, what's the range of a arcane bolt?
That is a good question.
Because he's
Well, the
30.
king moves.
He's 32 feet away from you.
I'm pretty sure it's longer than that, but let me check.
That's what she said.
Find it.
Got it here. Arcane bolts.
Okay, somebody else go because I gotta find it first.
Sorry, it's okay. I've got arcane bolt
Really?
here.
Did I leave
Okay.
my arcane bolt in my other pocket?
Yeah. It's like ching ching boing boing.
It's got a range of 30
Only-
feet, and I'd say that's close enough. You can. Yeah, it's 32 feet. That's close enough. All right. So he's got to do a saving throw. I'll do that. Oh, the bolt hits him but dissipates and doesn't seem to affect him.
Oh, great.
Okay. All right. So Freyord, you're up. What are you doing? Striking at that bodyguard.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you move.
D20?
Move forward to through the curtain to attack the goblin bodyguard because the other guy's cowering on the ground, surrendering.
Is this in there?
I'll tell you what. I'll move you.
Okay.
Oh, where do you go?
Bodyguard.
You just. Oh, yeah. Okay. The bodyguard is. Hang on. I'll move you over. The bodyguard's here. Okay. Got it. All right. So roll a d20.
Yes.
15. Bodyguard. Plus 6. Yep, that should be enough.
There's another table in this room.
There's a big throne chair.
Oh, you could have some heaps of fun with this. Yep. So do d6 damage, Freyord. Yep. And your strength is +1, isn't it? So you do 2 points of damage. Yep. Oh, I mean, he hits him, definitely. Renault, you're up. You going to strike
it.
it?
Swingy again.
Okay, move up next to him. Actually, you probably can't. I'll move him for you because. Oh, that's the wrong one. There you go. You're up next to him. Okay, roll d20.
Alright, d20 incoming. 12.
12. And your strength is. You don't have a plus. Do you have a +1 for your strength? I think you've missed him.
Thought I did. Hang on. I do have a +1.
Yeah, no, you just missed him.
What?
Yeah. Oglom will move over and also try and strike him with his sword. Let's see if Oglom can do anything. Let's see if. Come on, Oglom. And he rolled an 11, which is a miss as well. Okay, Ada.
Alright, let's do this. I am going to. So I'm still behind the curtain at this point.
Yep.
really want to take out the body. Like, I think if everyone's going for the king, I think somebody needs to go for the bodyguard as well.
The three guys just tried to kill the bodyguard. The bodyguard's this guy here.
I can't.
He's just on the other side of the curtain. Yeah.
I can't see.
You're going to have to come through the curtain.
I have to come through the curtain. How far am I from him, and how far am I from the king?
From the king, you are 35 feet away, so you're too far to get at him in one go.
Okay, I can't.
You could strike at the goblin bodyguard, but the other guys were going for. You could move through the curtain and stand next and attack him on the flank.
Well, I think we're going to have to, aren't we? Because that's what's standing between us and the king. Like,
Yeah.
king's too far at this point. Why not? Join the fray. All right, let's go.
All right, I'll move you over there because I think it's hard to... Oh, actually, you... hang on. There you go. I'll pull you over. Okay?
All right.
Roll
Oh,
D20.
thank you.
Roll
Good.
D20.
Oh,
No, that's a miss as well.
Why do we suck?
And I think, Elise, what are you going to do?
So, how many of those guards are towering and how many look like they're ready to fight?
The good news is they are all cowering because they all failed their morale, so they're all sort of like, ooh, like this, and the females in the room are also sort of giving out a cry. But you've got basically defiantly the chieftain is sort of standing behind them, and he's berating them and trying to get them up. So there's only two guys in the fight at the moment. There's the bodyguard that the guys are fighting, and the chieftain's still standing. The other guys, the fight's gone right out of them.
Okay. I'll move forward 5 feet and throw the dagger at the king.
Okay, long range for a dagger is 30 feet. And what's your distance?
If I move forward 10 feet, then it's just...
Yep. Yep, good. Roll your d20.
come on, Elise, you can do it.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, we suck. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's the technical term. You guys suck.
Sucking at this point.
All right, so that's your actions. All right, so it's initiative again. Who's rolling this time? Who didn't roll?
No. What is it, a D6?
D6, yep. Oh, you won. I rolled a 2. So, okay. Fro, you're up because you rolled it. You rolled.
Okay.
D20 to attack the bodyguard.
Again, yes, a D20.
Yep.
Big bucks.
not having a good day already.
It's not good. It's not good. All right, Renault. Actually,
They're
Brad's
sucking.
Brad stepped out. Okay, Ada. Strike.
How far is Ada from the...
You're
like,
right. Well, you're right next to the bodyguard. Do you want to strike at the bodyguard, or you want to do something else?
It's so boring striking at the bodyguard. I feel like I want to take out the king, but again, am I still not too far away from him? Did you say he's like 30 feet away?
You are okay. You've got light leather armor on. You can move. You could actually run at him.
Run at him, leap with my dagger. God, here I go again.
Can I make one recommendation?
What?
Can I make one recommendation? Use your sword.
Alright. Yes, longer range. Alright, sword. And I'm gonna like run with it point. Ooh, I look good with a sword.
So you're running straight for the goblin.
I'm like running with a sword poised.
Okay.
Leaping.
Let me
With it
just
coming down at him. Do I have to roll?
let me just show you in the if you can you see the chieftain?
Is that him at the back?
Yep.
He looks like all the other goblins though. Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, fine.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, the other goblins, like I said, they're all sort of cowering on the ground. You know, drop to their knees and they're sort of like, ah.
Alright, fine. Yep, let's do this.
All right,
Better or worse.
all right. So drag yourself over there.
Right, hang on. Ooh. Hold on. This connection's terrible.
Do you want me to move you?
No, hang on. I'll see if I can do it. And if I can't, you can. Oh, there we go.
All right. So you'd at a gracefully, like a leopard, agile cat-like, leaps into the room, scampers across the ground, drawing a sword, and then she strikes down at the goblin chief. Roll a d20.
Come on, Ada.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Come on, Ada.
Oh, come on. Let's go.
And she just it's almost like a repeat of the ogre situation. She's just slaps down with a sword and just hits, absolutely cleaves through empty space and misses.
Wow.
Basically, we're like the Three Stooges of the D&D world. We're like, yep.
We're so good.
All right, so okay, Renault, is he back? Yes, he's back.
Campaign ever.
Are you striking?
I guess I'll keep doing what doesn't work. I'll roll a d20 trying to stab him.
Yep.
Like law of averages, this has to be a good roll.
Gotta be.
Nope, it misses by 1.
Yeah. You're druid, you're semi-martial. I know you're a fighter, you're martial. Plus 6, you rolled a 12. You still don't have a strength bonus, do you?
I have 1 strength bonus yet.
Oh, you do? Oh, in that case, I think you do actually hit. Armor class is 6. And so you need a 13 and you rolled a 12. Yes, you hit. Yay!
What?
Yep, you hit.
Yeah!
Alright.
D8.
Okay, well, let's hope this d6 does something.
It's a D8 for your sword.
Let's hope this d8 does something. I mean, it ain't bad.
5. And your strength is +1, so that makes a 6. Yep, you kill him.
Well, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I'm kind of dumbfounded, but he's dead, guys.
Okay. Oglom will obviously he will follow, chasing behind Ada. So how far can he move? He can move 20 feet, I think.
Me and my dumbass boyfriend.
He's coming
Two
over.
dumbasses. Can't be our way through the world, really.
All right. Clover, what are you going to be doing?
Okay.
What's my distance? No, I'm here. What's my distance? Sorry, I'm coughing. Hold on. What's my distance to throw a dagger?
30 feet is the range for a dagger, but you can move and throw. You can cast a spell and not move, or you can move and throw a dagger.
And everyone except for the Goblin King is cowering on the floor still?
Yep.
And the guy that just got killed. Okay,
Yep.
so...
You still there, Tracy? Oh, you're
Throw
moving.
my dagger from here.
Yeah, your video's off, that's all. There she is.
Yeah, sorry, I was coughing for a bit, so I
Yep.
shut it off so it wasn't like...
Okay. So you're throwing your dagger?
Yep.
D20.
Come on. Oh, for
Okay, moving right along, Elise. The less we say about that, the better.
Well, I am going to cast Magic Missile at the king.
Okay. I'll do a saving throw for him. Nope, it's successful, and so he's again it sort of he reaches up at his eyes and sort of staggers back a little bit as he's confused by what's happening. Okay, so it's now time to roll for initiative again. Who hasn't rolled? Whose turn is it now? Elise, why don't you roll?
I wouldn't trust me with dice, to be honest.
I don't think any of us is
I don't trust any of us with dice.
That's like the highest roll in a while.
Well, actually, they win initiative, but so there's only really the goblin. Okay, well, he's going to strike at Ada, but he's got a minus because of the spell. Takes him down to 14. Armor class is, and that was actually just enough to save you, Ada, because the spell made him miss you.
My back.
All right,
Making up the invisibility potion now, are we?
So, Ada, what are you gonna do? You gonna strike back at him?
I'm gonna try and stab him again. Like, I just want one death point. One good blow is all I need, right?
Yeah. All right. Roll your d20. Good. Let's have some good dice rolling.
Wow. Wow. Oh, God. She gone. She's so gone. Oh, my God. All right, what am I rolling?
Just roll a d20.
Wow.
Ooh. That's a good roll.
Look at you. What a nice roll.
Yeah. Well done. Good. Happy little bard stabbing the bad goblin guy. You're killing the goblin king, Ada. No, roll a d8 for damage.
A D8, did you say?
Yep, d8. And do you have a strength bonus or not?
What do I have on character sheet? Or am I looking for strength bonus?
What's your strength?
My strength is... Hang on. Sorry, my character sheet is being wonky. Why can't I see my strength?
We'll roll your d8 first anyway.
Alright, let me roll my d8. Yes, let's go. 6! Oh!
Okay, 6. And if I might be able to...
Oh, ability score, strength.
Yeah.
10.
Okay, no bonus. Okay, so 6 points of damage. Okay. All right. So...
How many points does this guy have altogether?
Oh, you don't know. But you definitely got a decent hit on him. Okay, anyone else? Okay, Oglom, he could actually run through and attack as well, so I'll move it because he's next closest, so I'll move him up, and he will attempt to do something useful. And of course he fails. You might want to reconsider him as boyfriend material later. Okay, Renault.
I'd like to pick up my spear.
Yep. Okay. And you can move as well.
I want to sit in that throne, but instead I'll run into the melee. I don't think I can attack anybody if I pick up my spear. But,
Yeah. You can move up to 20 feet.
Yeah. All right, I'll just jump up behind. There we go.
Yep.
I'm good.
And Freyold.
Okay. Where's the fray here? Going to go 20 feet. I think this is usually.
Okay, Clover. Tracy?
Tracy.
Sorry, I didn't understand. You said Clover. I thought you said something else. Is that guy with the bow and arrow lying on the ground?
Yeah. All of the goblins are basically surrendering, except for the chieftain at the moment.
All right. Do I get any kind of bonus if I get closer with my dagger?
Yeah. If you can get within, what is it? With the dagger, it's range. If you can get within 10 feet, you'll get a +1. And you've got no armor, so you can move up to 40 feet. So you could easily run up quite close to him and throw the dagger.
All right, throw in my dagger.
Okay, D20. Oh, good roll.
Finally?
Yep, you hit him and you do 1d4 damage.
Three.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, he lets out, it gives out a groan of pain.
Wait a minute. Wait. I don't think I hit him. It looked on the die like it was an 18, but in the roll, it looks like it was 4.
Yes, it was. Yeah, no, you did. Yeah.
Like an 18.
I saw an 18. Yeah, I definitely saw an 18.
Yeah, but in the roll, it says 4.
Huh. Okay, that's
So
odd.
I don't think I hit him.
Ada had I think that might have been a lag in the system because I think Ada rolled an 18 when she attacked.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so you missed. Elise, it's up to you now. What do you want to do?
How hurt do the goblin kid look?
He looks in a bad way. Yeah.
Let's be safe. I'll cast magic whistle on him again.
Okay. Yep. All right. I'll do the saving throw. Yeah, he failed again. So he's still confounded. Yeah. All right. That's all your activity, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, everyone's moved. So the only one that's back to the goblin. Okay, and basically the goblin chieftain, he steps back because he's obviously he's still sort of dazzled from this spell that Elise has done. He steps back a little bit, and then he actually throws his sword and shield down on the ground, and he drops to his knees, and he puts up his hands, and he actually says in common, in language that you can understand, don't kill, surrender, don't kill.
What is with that accent?
I don't know.
Half Asian, half I don't know.
He's speaking broken common with a goblin accent. Don't kill. We love you long time. Don't kill. Oh, sorry. I apologise for our Asian listeners. That was incredibly stereotyping of me. Sorry.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay.
How many times I just lost it.
So yeah, he drops to his knees and he puts up his hands and saying, "Don't kill me! And all the other goblins are sort of wailing. And, that's quite. They're actually making a bit of noise at the moment. They're all sort of carrying her on.
Okay.
I have some rope, so maybe we start tying them all up.
I have rope too. I think the first thing we should do is disarm them. But they're okay.
You
Well,
need to kill them. You don't
Yes,
get
we do.
experience points for killing them. I thought that's what he said. We don't.
We get less.
You get
You
experience.
get it for treasure.
basically you get experience points for creatures that you defeat. That can be kill or they run away.
Or they yield. They
Or
yielded.
if they surrender, that's defeated. So that means you get the experience points.
Aw.
I wanted to kill the pony.
Alright, let's take care of them. Let's tie them up.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
since,
yeah, disarming them.
and since they surrender, maybe we can convince them or some to help
Yes.
them rebuild their village, like to make up for the damage they did, to help fix that stuff.
Who's the biggest? Is the bodyguard the biggest one?
The bodyguard's dead now. There was one bodyguard who collapsed because of the illusion. He's unconscious on the ground. And then you killed the other bodyguard, and then the other ones are smaller goblins, and there's female goblins in there as well. And then so the only big one that's sort of around is the chieftain, but he's actually surrendered himself. And he's sort of going, Brimvag, befriend! Brimvag, befriend! Don't kill Brimvag! Brimvag, befriend!
So, okay. I think that we should, our little goblin captive that we have, I think we should make him pick one.
It always takes a dark turn, doesn't it?
Wow. Wow.
Pick one for what?
For sacrifice.
Oh my god, they've already seen us kill their bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we try hiding them up? We can put
Freyo's going, can't I please kill something?
It's like, yeah, that did happen, but, you know, still need a sacrifice.
Yeah.
His deity must be satisfied.
Yeah.
Blood for the blood
Is
god.
that what this works?
The god of blood. So,
All over his
I'm
very
just putting it out there. What does Molly think?
and is the mole in the room with us right now?
he's in Clover's pocket.
Okay, so we should just tie them up. Let's search them first to see what they have on them. We'll tie them up, then search them. And maybe be respectful if, you know, like I'll search the male goblins, if you know what I mean.
Okay. All right, so you... All right.
Just a quick thought as we're tying them up. If we capture them, then what? Because the problem is they're terrorizing the town, right? That's what we're trying to solve.
If you're all for killing them, then I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm not for killing something that's...
Yeah,
Maybe we can bring them back to the village in chain and make them work
But
too.
then the village has to look after them.
Yeah. I don't like either of these options. Killing something that's surrendering just seems a bit unethical, but at the same time,
We'll make it look like an
So,
accident.
Brimvag, who has a smattering of common, Simon kind of gets the gist of what you're discussing about whether or not you're actually going to kill us all or not. And go, Brimvag, go. Brimvag, leave. Brimvag, go. Brimvag, go. Goblins, go. Leave. Goblin, leave. Goblin, leave.
You don't come back.
Goblins, leave and don't come back. Yes.
Before
Or we
you
will
leave,
kill you all.
Before you leave, where's your treasure? If you pay us, we might let you go. Should we let them go if they pay us?
do we trust them though?
We get like a signed document.
Should we continue to discuss this in front of him who understands?
Okay, goblins, earmuffs.
I think, I mean, we can follow them and make sure they actually leave.
Yeah, but what's stopping them from coming back in like a month?
Nothing, but, I mean, that could be anything. I mean, we could clear this out and then the whole thing could get overrun by giants. I mean,
Well, when you think about
honestly,
it, you know,
that just makes us more work.
if they give us treasure and then they leave, and then we go back to the town and say, hey, you know what, they all left, and then we could leave with the treasure. If the goblins come back, that sounds like a big problem.
That's what I'm saying. It's more for us. us, then we can come back and
We
clear it out again.
make them leave. We get paid. Handshake.
What
We
did
go.
we do wrong?
like, exterminators are not killing off an entire race of bugs. They just kill the ones that are there. I'm not suggesting we kill all of them. I'm just giving it a silly metaphor.
I'm suggesting we kill them all.
I'm suggesting we let them go.
But seriously, does Molly get experience points? Because I don't think that's fair.
What?
Everyone's just like, do we kill them? And Renald's been sitting there for the last 17 minutes going, but does the mole get experience?
Molly gets orange worms. That's all he
Does
wants
the rat
in his
get
life.
Yeah, Molly's hierarchy of needs is pretty low.
He gets head scritches and orange worms, which are carrots.
Okay, so raise your hands. Like, should we get the loot first and then let them go, or should we get the loot and then kill them all? So who wants to let them go?
Got two votes. Elise and okay, edit. Oh, there you go. Democracy in action.
Wait. Does the miner and Oglum get a chance? Because Oglum is getting XP, or is getting part of the treasure, and our miner friend is here.
Oglum goes with the majority.
Oglum goes with what I tell him to go with.
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Perfectly clear on that.
Baldar is the only villager representative here. And he's also a dwarf. Dwarves have a hatred of goblins anyway, so it's not surprising that Baldar is all for killing everyone.
So I think we should get them to pay us first, give us their loot, and then take care of them.
Okay, so you want to tell Baldar to tell that to the chieftain?
Well, tell them
yeah.
because of loot, don't tell them to give the kingdom afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, so Baldar basically goes to him, "Where's your treasure? Give us your treasure." And the chieftain goes, he points back through the curtain and goes, in secret room. Treasure is in the secret room. In chest.
Where is the chest?
You know, all that treasure that you guys found in a chest.
Oh, that was it.
They don't have anything else?
Well, actually, as you're tying them up, they've all got some money on them. The chief himself had a purse containing 20 gold pieces and 5 platinum pieces. And then the bodyguards. Okay, there was 2 bodyguards, and they had they had 8 electrum pieces, and and 4 silver pieces, and then just getting off the actual goblins. Okay, just okay. The females. Okay, let's just have a look. Okay, it's copper pieces. Yep. Okay. Okay, that's 50. What's that? 63 copper pieces. That's what they were just carrying on them. So obviously the main treasure was in that chest. So that you've basically cleaned them all out of everything they've got. I mean, there's a pile of weapons and things, obviously.
Question: did that pile of weapon have daggers in it?
Yes, there are some daggers. Obviously, you can collect the daggers that you've thrown, but there's a few of them had daggers. Yeah, you probably get another 4 daggers out of those warriors. But there's a bunch of spears, obviously. There's a couple of spears and some maces and axes.
I'll split the dagger with me and Clover since the dagger is one of the only weapon we can use.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's some bows there. If anyone wants to, there's some short bows. If anyone wants to take a short bow, Oglum took one previously. Ferrelio can't use a bow. So, Renault, you could take a short bow if you wanted one.
I can get a bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the short bow.
Okay.
Does he get it?
All right, so you've got them all tied up. You've looted their money, and
And now we're gonna kill them, right?
you've got all their weapons in the pile.
Can we use those weapons to kill them?
If you want to kill them, you can use anything you want. They're tied up now.
Yeah.
Use
Feng
the
shui them with
table.
the table. I was just gonna say. Practice my feng shui.
So after you've taken the money, Brimvag, leave. Yes, yes. Goblins leave. Yes. Goblins be good. Good goblins. Goblins leave, not come back. Goblins leave, not come back.
That's too bad.
Clover's gonna leave the room and go sit on the bed, cross-legged, like this.
So I'm just going to grab the king and say to him that the queen should never watch her king die.
Oh my god.
Oh, what? Why is this so dark?
Because that's what I am.
You guys voted to kill with him. Don't be surprised that he wants to kill.
Are we going
The darkest
Are-
part
are
of
we-
Freyorg is he tries to convince us to be dark as well.
That's right.
God.
That's right. So are we doing this or not? If you want to let them go, we'll let them go, but I vote to.
No, you guys already voted. I'm not going to fight against your vote. I'm just not going to participate in murdering people who
Well, hang
I'm
on.
not going to interfere.
When you
but I'm
voted,
not
when you
going to
voted,
participate.
everyone voted to let them go, except for Murph.
No, three of us.
Everybody voted to kill them.
Four of us
Oh,
voted to kill them.
oh, okay, I misread it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
If we
it was
don't participate
Freyord,
in the-
Ada, and Debbie said kill, and Renault and I said let them go, and then you said the miner from town would kill, and Oglum would go with the majority, which is kill. So that's 2 against 5.
Okay.
If we don't participate in the murder, do we still get the experience points?
Yes, your conscience will be clear, but you'll still get the XP.
Best of both worlds.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at them and say, I understand where you're coming from. I just can't. I'm gonna walk out of the room and be like,
I'll go with Clover.
Okay.
I vote to kill. I should see this through.
Remember the movie The Lion King where Scar had the king going long live the king?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
So much. I killed the king.
All right. So now we're going to cut to that scene when Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, whatever it is, starts killing all the younglings. Are you going to? Oh, hang on. Are you going to kill all the females as well and the infants?
Oh my god, no, we're not killing the females, thank you.
No, we only have to kill the males.
And who's going to protect the females?
Actually, we should only have to kill the king.
Who's going to have to protect the females?
So if we only kill the king, wouldn't that send a message?
That's true. Okay, that's a good compromise. That's
Look
a good
at
compromise.
Freyorg scaling back his evil. He's like, well, no, we just need to kill the one big king.
I agree.
Like it's some sort of moral high ground.
No, not really. Actually,
it's moral low ground. It's Clover.
I'm looking at you all inside me and thinking, is goddamn humans don't have the backbone for this. So I'm going to kill the king, and I'm going to keep his crown.
Ooh, goblin crown on the head.
So then do you become the Goblin King?
I'm hoping.
Ah, yes. you'll have your minions.
So what dice do I have to roll to?
He's tied up. You can just smash him and kill him.
Done.
Wow.
All right, Freyord moves over. The Brimvag looks up and he goes, "Please, please, please, no!"
Well, no, he can't. He's actually tied up.
Oh, actually, he's like this, and please, please, no, no. Looks up at you, bang, and the goblin just crumples to the ground, dead. And all of a sudden, all the other goblins start screaming. Ah! They all start carrying on. The women are wailing. The warriors are all like, oh, like this.
So, are we leaving the rest of them alive?
Yeah, we could.
If so, can I ask our translator
Yeah.
to basically tell them that leave and never come back, or else this will be your example?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll face the same fate.
Yeah. Okay. So Baldar basically screams at me, yeah, "Leave here, never come back. If we see you again, you'll all die." And they're all like, "Oh yes," and they're all sort of nodding and genuflecting and ah. All right. So I guess you would need to make sure that they are leaving.
Also, we still have one goblin tied up in the basement of the tower.
Yeah, he's just sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
I wonder how my buddy the king is doing.
Yeah. Okay, so
Do we have to make sure? Do we have to follow them, or?
well, I think you'd probably need to make sure that they are actually following through with what they're saying.
I think I would follow them partway, just make sure they're actually leaving away from the town. They're not going back to take vengeance on the town or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you. Okay. So this will take it's going to take a couple of hours. You see them. Well, firstly you're going to have to untie them. You've taken their weapons off them. They're all in a pile in the main room. They gather their females, and there's infants. There's at least there's I think
There were infants there?
yeah, there's about over a,
Infants? Nobody mentioned there were infants.
well, yeah, there's
Neil
goblins.
did when he asked if you were going to kill the women and the children.
I only heard the woman.
There's women, and there's over a dozen infant goblins.
I'm
God.
just going to say I'm impressed with you guys that you pulled it back. I'm just gonna pat you all on the proverbial back, since I can't reach any of your backs. Pat you all on the back of the calf.
So yeah, so you have there's about it was a sizable clan. There's about 27 females and over a dozen infants, in addition to the warriors that are left, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about a dozen. There's about a dozen goblin warriors. So you see them gathering their meager belongings and some.
Now I feel bad.
And their food and all that, and then I guess you
Why
can.
do you feel bad?
It sounds so sad when you say it like that.
Don't you remember the time that they tried to kill us?
Oh yeah.
The time they raided the village, the time they ambushed you guys, the time.
The time that they lit.
And they almost
lit
killed
on
me.
fire.
Good point.
Yeah.
They tried to sick a cave troll on us.
They did sing a game troll.
Don't forget
my
Bobby.
dumbass boyfriend. Yeah. Okay.
And I think the most important thing is they had no idea where and how to place their tables. I think that is like certainly that requires a bit of a killing at that.
That makes my OCD go crazy.
So they gather up their belongings, and then you see basically you march them out of their lair. So back out to the front where and as they come out, they see the 4 dead guards out the front, which just reinforces how deadly the situation is. And they form a sort of forlorn-looking party as they sort of march off, back off into the wilderness, back up into the mountains. And you watch them and follow them for a bit longer as they move away. The baby infants are crying. Mummy, why are they taking us? Where are we going?
But Neil, none of us speak Goblin, so only Valdar the Miner knows how bad this is and how sad it is. The rest
he doesn't. He has a hatred of goblins, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah, there is nothing sad about this at all. So, this is not a Disney Plus movie.
But the goblin baby! Why did someone think of the goblin baby?
They might have killed the villager's baby when they raid the village.
Yeah,
that's true.
If they were allowed to stay, those goblin children probably would have grown into like adults, raiding on the villagers, inflicting havoc and death on them. So,
Neil, baby goblins don't look like Baby Yoda, right? Like, please tell me they don't.
That would probably be a pretty accurate description of what they look like.
They're like little miniature gremlins, so we'd all be like, and they try to bite us.
And they're sort of like their little fingers are just grabbing the little fingers, holding on their hands and sort of suckling up. And, yeah.
Holding a mug.
it's not sad at all.
And a little bit hormonal.
No. Bye.
Before I Garrick the Goblin go, I use the Ledgerman to pretend to give him back his heart.
So he gets his heart back, and he's touching his chest again, and sort of going, "Oh, everything's okay." And a big look of relief comes across his face, and he joins.
What are we doing with the other goblin that's in the town, though? We're just gonna let him.
Well, you'll have to go back to the town to do that, but you.
Right.
So basically, you watch
We know which way these guys are going, so if we're gonna let him go, we can just tell him which way to go, and tell them we'll send him to you.
Or maybe he becomes a bar slave.
All right. So at this point, we can move you back. So you see the goblin party moving off into the mountains, disappearing away, and with that done. Okay, what's happened?
Thanks.
Okay, it looks like we lost a bit.
Guys, we didn't die.
It looks a bit.
Yay! I see that as an absolute win. That's like the bare minimum, not dying.
Yeah. We didn't die.
Yeah.
Ada has a boyfriend.
Is he Mr. Right or is he Mr. Right now?
He's a bard. Come on.
I'm a free agent. Free agent, not free Asian.
I heard agent. I
heard agent.
I think they're in an open relationship. Is that what they call it? Or it's complicated. All right. So. So you see the goblins off into the mountains, and then once you're confident that they're leaving, then you make your way back to the village. So I think it's about an hour from the hour or so. So sort of late afternoon, early evening, you're arriving back in the village, and the villagers come out and they see. Actually, were you what were you doing with the treasure? Were you going to carry that chest back with you, or?
Yeah, I think we could probably use some of the furniture and like make something to make it easier to carry back.
Yeah, so you can take the table, knock the legs off, and use something to drag, and then you put the chest on and use a rope, and you can sort of drag that along.
Use the wheels that Debbie was going to put on the bottom of the table, and it's a cart then.
Yeah. Okay, and so you start dragging that all the way back to the village, and so, like I said, yeah, it's just early evening when you get to the village, and the villagers. There was much rejoicing, as they say. And yeah, so you can then relax in the inn. Actually, you did all right. I think the only Oglum got a bit injured, didn't he? That was the only one who got.
I was down 1 hit point from last time.
Oh, from
according to my notes, I'm at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So another night of rest, and you should recover that. Yeah. So I think at that point, it's probably a good point to sort of pause, as you seem to have completed the initial task.
We need to decide before we do this, so we don't forget, what are we doing with the goblin that's in town? Grax. Is it Grax or a different goblin?
No, that's a different goblin. Yeah, the Garax was the one.
What are we doing?
I think we should give him the option if he would like to join his troop of goblins, or would he like to stay and make amends with the villagers?
He definitely wants to leave and join his clan.
He's got a baby goblin.
What's that?
He's probably got a baby.
You're not pulling on any heartstrings here, Ada.
Brainerd is like, yeah, let him go. I'm just going to be hanging out on the edge of town for a bit, just for fun. It's a giggle, no real reason.
You're going to hear us out, don't worry about it.
Big F-off sword.
Yeah, just let him go.
All right, so you cut his bonds, and he don't have to tell him twice. He's out the door, and he's running off up the road.
Before he leaves, though, I'd like to make sure that he has like food and water to make sure that he gets back safely to his tribe.
Okay. Yep. You can give him some of your some food. The villagers are a bit reluctant to give him anything, but you can give him something out of your rations if you like.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So that goblin runs off, and then you can then spend the rest of the evening and night merrymaking, celebrating with the villagers, just like the scene out of Return of the Jedi when they're at the end and the Ewoks are dancing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a mole on my head.
And,
a mole hat.
Little molly, They actually get, in addition to orange worms, the villagers can actually give him some real worms, and you can feed them to him, and he's like, Molly like worms, Molly like worms, Molly like adventures, Molly like adventures. He doesn't know what adventures are. He just
he's like adventure.
All right, so I think that's probably a good point to pause. I think that's a good, nice way to wrap up this chapter. So
there's no way I got anywhere near enough XP to level, right, for this?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But there's still the mystery of the castle and the disappearance of the...
Right.
Yeah, there's still other things you can investigate.
Yeah, just wondering if I get more spells, that's all. Cool. Alright. Awesome.
All right, guys. I think that's it then. So we'll organise another time. We've actually just everyone's pictures in the overlay have moved around.
Looks like we lost Mark.
Yeah. When people drop out, it mucks around the overlay.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we were able to get it done.
Yay!
Yeah, it was good.
Us.
Yay!